go. Okay, so we're just giving a gentle push out and then drop in. 3 more times, push and pull. Lovely, so you bring the arms back in line with the body, move it forward, push out into the cosmos, the atmosphere, lovely, draw it back. 2 more, push and pull. Lovely. Okay, we're going to take it out. Then we're going to let the hands scoop. So I'm going to let my hands relax and they're going to come around to this big scoop in front of the belly. Lovely. We're going to direct the fingers just with a bit of intention really into that lower belly button space. Lovely. This is going to start opening the body to work with, the physical body. Perfect. And then we're going to draw the fingertips in towards the body and they're going to end up just on the sides of those bottom ribs. Okay, you can bring them up a little bit, kind of where the bra strap ends. There's a slightly squishier, maybe painful point there, which is a pressure point, which we're trying to work with here. So we give a little bit of activation to that point. Get a nice little stretch over the shoulders, but we don't need to push it too far. Lovely, direct chi into the heart. Fantastic. Okay, now we're going to let the elbows come back if you've got a space for that with your chairs. Lovely, and the hands are going to start to scoop forward. So we're still making contact with that side of the rib area, and we're going to push out into the front. Lovely. We're going to direct now into the chest space. So a little bit of chi, healing energy for us. This is a healing routine that we're doing. Lovely, into the heart space. Beautiful. Okay, hands open so they face up. And we're going to scoop all the way around. We're going to aim for like a horizon stretch here. Straight if you can. Lovely, it will definitely feel something even with this. And then we're going to draw it up above the head into a nice prayer. If you're standing, feel free to make this as big a stretch if you'd like. Seated, you might just want to make sure you stay on your seat. And then pull those hands down. Keep the prayer position. Pause briefly at the head there. Direct a little bit of chi into this space. A little bit of pressure into this third eye, yin tang. Beautiful. And then draw it down into the chest. And pause there. We're going to take, if you're happy to keep the hands there, do. If not, release them or put them crossed over, because we're just going to do 3 breaths before we move on. So we're going to inhale into the belly and release. Two more. Release, let tension go. One more. On that exhale, you can let the hands release from wherever you've held them. Just bring them onto the thighs or let them hang by your side for a moment there. Just going to let everything relax and just come back to a little bit of stillness. That energy shift. Okay. How are you feeling, everyone? You still with me?
Yep.
Okay. If you're okay, we'll stay seated, but yeah, if you're standing up, feet are going to be flat on the floor. We've got that little tilt in our pelvis. Got that nice connection there. So just have a little wriggle now before we move on. Give the shoulders a little roll backwards and a squeeze. And if you're in your chair, you can wriggle into the seat. This is quite good in the chair. I almost feel like I can get a bit of a better back opening than I can in a standing position. Maybe it's because I feel like I've got that support to have a move around. Hey, lovely. Where were we? Okay, back to prayer position. We're going to let the fingertips fall forwards to face away. Lovely. Then we're going to push out into the atmosphere. Lovely. Just hold it for 2 secs. And then we're going to open the palms up. We're just facing the earth at the moment. Spread the fingers as wide as you can. Lovely. And then you can lift up the palms. Perfect. So we're going to do a push here. Push out with the palms. Let the fingers relax, elbows and shoulders, and we're going to draw into the chest. So push out, expand into the universe. Lovely. The hands relax, shoulders relax, draw in. One more time, just focusing on that change from tension here, relaxation, draw in. Okay, let's just do one more like that. Push, relax, draw in. Okay, let the hands relax onto the sides of the body or the arms. Yeah, have a wriggle straight away because I know that can feel quite strange, but we'll come back to that in a second, see if it feels any easier. Okay. So I've like made my own routine recently from this health routine and a few other little bits. So I was going to try and teach you some of that so that we can pick it up maybe as a group even. Okay, so we're going to do a tiny bit of ball work now. So we're going to grab a ball, scoop it up or grab it in front of the tummy area. And we're going to open and spread the hands wide and then draw back in. Lovely. See if we can do a couple more, make them nice and flowing, expanding out. And draw back in. One more, open and close. Okay, we're going to do a couple more, 3 more, and we're going to match the breath this time. Make them as big or small to match your breath. So we open, it's a nice draw in as we expand and close. Consolidate, draw in, open and close. One more, as big or as small as you like. Back to your ball. Have a little check in with that space. Perfect. See if anything's changed or happening. You can have a little pulse, have a little move around of your ball. Have a little check in, and then we're going to draw it in. We're going to bring it into the abdomen. So I'm going to rest my hands interlocked, and I'm just going to let them sit there. I'm going to bring all that energy into the physical body here and just have a little notice of our state, our postures. Maybe we can make some adjustments at this moment before we move into the next bit of the routine. I seem to be letting my spine crumple a bit today, so I think it's because I've gone to the seat. Try and correct that. Lovely. So we're going to keep that pressure into the abdomen. We're going to take it in a big abdominal massage. We start just below the belly button and we go all the way around to this whole squishy space that I can get to. Like 6 to 9 times, whatever speed you're going, just nice even pressure. So this is going to help the belly out, simple digestion aid, this massage technique. So don't be alarmed to have lots of belly rumblings or something like that going on afterwards. Lovely. And then you can reverse it. And you can't overdo this one, by the way. Just keep going with it. And reverse for the balance there. And when you finish, come back to that lower Dante end point. Lovely. Pause there. You can close your eyes. Just 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Deep breath into the belly. Push into the hands. Okay, and release the hands, have a little wiggle or a shake again. And to release any tension that might have come. Okay, so we're going to try and go back to the push and the pull. Just do as many as you're comfortable with. If it's free, that's great. Okay, just see if you can get to free if it's a struggle. And we're going to add the breath. So when I'm drawing in, it's going to be my bringing in a fresh breath. When I'm pushing out, I'm letting that air go back out. So we can let the hands float up, fingertips to the sky, and just find your limit. I'll maybe go for 9. You could do 3 or 6 or 9. I'm going to push out, and then whenever you're ready, you can take an inhale and draw in. Find your breath, turn to the side so you get a different view of me. You can come into the end. Make sure your last 1 or 2 is your slowest yet. Don't speed it up at the end there. And the last one, you can draw it all the way into the chest. You can bring the hands all the way into that heart space and just cross over on the chest.
Santana?
Yes.
When I do that, I get this funny pain in my wrist here and a tingling up my ears. Is that because I my wrist too much?
Can you just stand to the side, Sophie, so I can see how far your wrists are extending? Go do the move. You might be overextending one of them a little bit. There will be the tingling. That's what I would say is chi. So the tingling good, and there will be a bit of discomfort and ache in the wrist, even for me. Okay, there's a lot going on. This is a big junction in like qi and a medical traditional Chinese medicine. This is a big kind of opening space. Okay, so there is a lot going, and it's like a channel. So it could be it could be unblocking. It could just be somewhere you want to work with. You could try doing a tiger claw and see, because when you put this finger out you get this even bigger stretch here. So if that's too much, you could try just doing a tiger claw and maybe not going out quite so far. So I've not gone to my full extension. If you could just go maybe to here. How does that feel?
Yeah, that feels a bit better.
Yeah, excellent. You can always, just relax the hands in between. So you don't have to hold the tiger. If you want to just still relax your hands and draw it in, when you push out, you're just going to keep those fingers curled and maybe not go quite as far. You can build up with this though. This is something, if you've noticed you've got a feeling there, you can sort of see if it improves, or if you do a little less, whether there's benefit from that.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
That's okay, because I'm sure, someone else will appreciate to hear that as well, because we can all do with changes on some days. And that is one that, we can go to. Okay, so yes, we're on the chest. Let's just do a nice deep breath, a grounding breath here. You can expand the chest this time. One more, let the shoulders release. One more, and you can let the hands release to the sides of the body on the exhale. Just calming down, shoulders go. Lovely, lovely. Okay, where have I got to? Ah, yes, we're going to do lift the moon now. And I just need to probably show you from the front and the side before we jump into it, because I'm going to be putting my head down a little bit, okay, guys? So if you're on a chair, it doesn't have to be all the way down. If you're standing, find your limits before we go into it so we can have a little play, but I'm going to be leaning down, letting my hands hang forward. So I'm getting a little bit of a curve on the spine and then drawing it up to chest height, okay? So have a little feel with that movement, your stability, your head, everything. Feel the spine, see where your limits are. And then when we get into the movement, you don't need to push it, basically. And if you want to have a break in between each movement, because you need to let the head settle and adjust, that's fine. That makes sense. We're moving spinal fluid around here with this one, okay? Lovely. This will get you warmed up as well. So if you feel like, yeah, your spine's fairly happy, you know where your limits are, we're going to raise the hands to chest height, and then we are going to connect with the moon. So I'm going to try and grab this moon between my hands. We've got a little bit of a hand posture here, but don't make it too uncomfortable. Like, I can feel a stretch, definitely, but I'm not going to put myself through discomfort. We're going to shine that moon into the chest, illuminate the heart, the whole front of the chest there. Then we're going to take it up about kind of head height, a little bit further. Lovely. And we're going to place the moon there. And then we're going to release. We're going to let the arms come out to the sides of the body, back into that horizon, but not as tense, and then drawing down. It's got like a nice circle there. And let everything relax in the middle there. We'll try to go into it with at least tension as possible, really. Okay, let's try again. So find your position. And you'll notice that I've got a nice gap here between my legs to help me, but this is also for the stability side of things. Draw up chest height. Nice moon grab. Beautiful. See how far you can get it. Might be a little bit higher this time. Doesn't have to go all the way. A little bit higher than maybe where the ceiling and the wall meet. And then a big circle and release. Arms come down to the sides of the body. Let everything go. Have a little wriggle in the shape. Right, I need to keep an eye on the time now. Okay, let's go for one more. Lean down. Whatever you're comfy to, draw up. Bring that earth energy up. Connect to your moon. And we're going to take it all the way up to the sky now, wherever we're happy to go to. Place it there. Little pop. And big release. Let the arms go. Let a bit of tension go. Lovely. Have a little move into the shoulders, a little wriggle of the hands and wrists. Okay, we're going to try and do 3 of those with the breath. As I'm drawing up, that whole way is going to be my inhale. If you want to add a pause in at the top there, that's just taking it to another level, but don't feel pressured to do that. But if it feels right, go for it, because that would be excellent for your nervous system. So we draw up. And then a big release. Release the breath, tension, arms, everything at the same time. So we'll go for 3. Just see how you feel with that. So find your position. Listen to your spine. Use those thighs as well to draw you up there. So you're not putting all this tension on the spine. Grab your moon. Take it up to the sky. Pop it there. And release. Lovely. Nice and slow. Don't rush those arms at the end there. That's the hardest bit I find with this movement. Inhale, drawing up. And release. One more. Draw up. Pause if you haven't, and it's comfy. Biggest release. All the body relaxes, all the breath goes. Almost like deflating there at the end. You let it all go out. Have a nice move around and a little wiggle there. Okay, I haven't got much long, so I'm going to try and close it down. So we're going to gather the cosmos to end it up. So we have a palms at the side of the body. Don't worry, we'll just do 3 of these because I know the arms are probably tingly and aching. And if you could just go up to the forehead and down again, that's enough, okay? So we're going to scoop up. I'm going to go above my head, but anywhere connecting in with that face height is fine. And then draw the palms down. So this is where we consolidate and bring all that energy back into the body. Lovely. Let the hands release at the side. We're going to do 2 with the breath. So we're going to inhale and scoop. Exhale, draw down. Last one. Nice and slow. Imagine grabbing a bit of that lunar energy from that moon that we just popped up there and really draw that down through the whole body, mind, breath and energy and body. All aligned, bringing that in, and you can relax the hands for a minute there. Do have a little wiggle. So we're going to finish it off with, I was going to do a lymphatic drainage massage, but if you prefer to do tapping, go for it. Pick which one you prefer. So we start on the chest. From the center of the chest, I'm going to work out towards the shoulder a couple of times. So Sophie, this one will be good for you as well because it will help move fluids around the body. So blockages can sort of help become unstuck and things should be able to flow. Sorry.
Because we started 10 minutes late, can we not cut the chat and carry on for another 10 minutes?
Yes, I sorry, is that Babs talking?
Yes, yeah, because I come for the exercise because we're a bit late starting. Are we able to carry on a bit longer? Or
Oh yeah, sure. So yeah, sure, absolutely.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's great.
No, as long as everyone else is okay with
Yeah,
that.
is everybody else?
If you can't do it, then have a break, have a pause. Okay. So we're going into the joint of the shoulder, down the body, down the arm, into the joint, through to the fingers. Lovely. How are hands, everyone, while we're doing this? Would you like to learn a couple of hand-specific things to help you, or would you like to leave the hands now?
My hands are a problem.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, in that case, I'm going to show you some of the hand routine. There's like 5 movements. A couple of them you'll know already because we mix them into things. One of the 5 is a hand massage. So we're doing that now. So we skip that bit, but there's 5 different hand movements we can look at. From up the arm into the elbows, lovely, into the shoulders. Some great points at the back of the shoulders there. We all know where they are, I think. Feel that? Lovely. Bring the lymphatic fluid down. Let's go down the neck. This is the best bit to work with. That's where it all drains from the face and the neck. And then we won't go crazy on the abdomen because we already did that bit. So we're just going to do a gentle little knock around there, just to help with this flushing. And then into the kidneys. So give it a little move. Activation. Lovely. And if you're happy and you can get to some of it, you can go down the backs of the legs with either tap or rub. And then you can come back up the front. Go into the groin there. That little massage. And then one more time, knock in the kidneys. Lovely. Down the backs of the legs. And then up the front again. Lovely. Okay, so while you're sitting, we're just going to do a little foot one. Standing up, people, if your balance is good, you won't have any problems here with this, but I'm just letting you know that you can do this seated or standing up. So we are going to point the toe out. So we slide it across the floor, point it out, and then we're going to bring the toes and we're going to face them somewhere towards the forehead area there. Lovely. So we're directed into this third eye space, point it out, and then bring the toes in again. This time we're going to direct into the center of the chest. Lovely. Point it out. Last time, bring it in. See if you can direct it towards the belly button this time. Big stretch. Lovely. Point it out. And then just drag that back in. Lovely. Go for the same on the other side. So take it out into a pointy toe. Nice big stretch. Bring the toes towards the forehead. That's where we're going first. Forehead. Lovely. Point it out. Into the chest. Point it out. Lovely. And last time into the belly button. Biggest stretch yet. I'm sure I can handle it. Lovely. Point it out. And then draw it in. And then
Anna, need to go now, but I'll see you soon.
Jenny.
All right, bye now. Bye. Have a great weekend.
We're just going to go for a little ankle circle and then reverse. Lovely. Take it to the other side. Oh, that was especially clicking in my other side, and that's made my dog bark. Postman. Other foot, yeah, reverse it. So I just want to do the hands and the feet at the same time so we're not like unbalanced energetically. Okay, so these hand ones, you can make a fist and you can go into a stretched hand, okay? Don't go too far to begin with. See how you feel about this because there'll be a lot going on. Every finger's moving, the wrists are moving, there's tension. So in the 5 hand movements, if you have real bad hands, they say do up to like 100 of these. Okay, so we sort of get the feel with the movement and then we can speed it up. So just have a little wriggle and see how many you can do, like maybe in 10 seconds. Okay, so go for our squeeze and then see how fast you can go. The hands really start to ache after like 8 seconds and bring it to a close. Ah. Well, that was certainly aching me. We'll maybe see if we can do a couple more. Squeeze, 5 seconds. Ah, okay, awesome, well done. Give the fingers and hands another little rub in between there. Oh, stop. Oh my goodness, there's an ambulance outside, that's why he's barking. Into the little webby bits of the fingers. We didn't do this before, but there's those little pressure points there that match up in the meridians. Okay, how long have we got? This one might be a little bit complicated, but it's quite fun if you get the hang of it, okay? So we look at it now, and I promise I'll come back to it and make sure that you've got it at a later date if you don't get it in this one go. Okay, backs of the hands are going to touch. So I got my hands out in front of me. It's my backs of the hands that start this process, okay? I am going to let the fingers draw down and they're going to come in. I'm going to keep the backs of the hands together and I'm going to draw those fingertips into the chest. Okay, so this is our midway point. Lovely. Let those fingers complete that circle and come all the way up to face the chin or face, wherever they've ended up. Lovely. So there's still the backs of the hands together at the moment. Yep, okay. So we're going to let this open now. So we're keeping that, little fingers are going to stay in contact with each other. It's almost like you're opening a book backwards. So we'll end up like this. Perfect. Now we're going to bring that together in a prayer. So you should come back to a prayer position here. Have we all ended up the right way? Lovely. Let the fingertips fall forwards. We're going to let them go as far as they're comfortable to go. And then we're going to open it up again in this position. So we'll go to a palms open position. Lovely. And then we're going to draw it up. Fingertips are going to draw up into the chest. So we'll end up with backs of the hands towards each other again, into the chest. Take it up to face the chin. Lovely. And then we're going to open it up. So the hands open. So there's always some kind of contact here. Prayer position. Lovely. Let's try that one more time. Fingers forwards. See how far they're happy to go. Start to open that book up. Draw it round. into the chest again. So backs of the hands are going to point into the heart. Lovely. Let the fingers guide up still into the chin. And open. Open your book. Take it into a prayer position. Lovely. Let the hands release. Let them go. How is that feeling on the hands, everyone?
Yeah, good.
Okay, we'll do that one more time just so you can see the bit of the flow and it will make a bit more sense. So we start like this, backs the hands together, pointing out, and then we're going to draw it in. So they sink, face down to the earth, and then we're drawing up into the chest, backs of the hands together, point into the heart, bring it up, fingertips face towards the face. Lovely. Then we open into a prayer. Lovely. Fingertips fall forwards, all the way, open. They come to the back, fingertips into the chest. Lovely. Bring it up, open, into prayer. Okay. Do you feel like you've got that?
No.
It can kind of throw you. Once you've got it, you'll like have it locked in, basically.
Yeah.
Let's just do it one more right from the start. Backs of the hands together. Draw it in. Scoop it in into the chest. Lovely. Bring it up towards the face. Open it up. Palms join in prayer. Lovely. So we should all be in the prayer position, palms facing each other. Perfect. Let's point forwards, point down. Open. Let those backs join. Draw up to the chest. So backs, the hands are together, pointing into the chest. Lovely. Fingertips draw up. Open. Into prayer. See, we did it quite quickly that time. So I'll just have a little feel of that again. Forwards, down, open. Backs of the hands together, into the heart, towards the face, open. Prayer position. One more time. Forwards, down, open. Backs of the hands, into the chest, up into the face. Lovely. Open one more time into your prayer position. And relax the shoulders. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Just align your free centers before you carry on with your busy day. And let that release. Have a little walk around, a little wriggle, a move of the neck. Okay. Awesome. How are you all doing now? Is there any parts of the body where you were like, I wish we'd done something on that? And I can just give you a little tip or anything.